Imagine stepping into a crowded room, filled with people you don't know, and your mind starts racing. Your heart pounds, and every fiber in your being tells you to turn around, to escape. Social anxiety. It's like your brain has a radar that picks up every perceived judgment, amplifying insecurities and creating walls where doors could be. But what if I told you that overcoming this seemingly massive barrier isn't as daunting as it feels? Today, let's explore not only how to navigate social anxiety but how to master it, using techniques backed by the latest research. To start, imagine social anxiety as a learned response. According to recent studies, our brains develop these heightened responses to social settings based on past experiences. Maybe you were ridiculed for speaking up in class, or perhaps someone's negative reaction taught you that it's safer to stay in the background. Our brains remember these situations, creating a feedback loop that makes social settings feel risky. But the good news? Research from Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, or CBT, shows that this response can be unlearned, and with practice, we can rewire those fears. Let's talk about small, actionable steps. One powerful technique is gradual exposure. If public speaking makes your heart race, try speaking up during smaller, low-stakes conversations. Imagine you're in a casual meeting with friends. You don't have to give a speech, just share an opinion or a story. Over time, these small moments teach your brain that social interactions aren't always dangerous, and they begin to feel more natural. Studies show that these small steps, done repeatedly, can reduce anxiety by retraining our response patterns. Another effective tool is challenging the inner critic. For many people with social anxiety, the loudest voice isn't in the room, it's in their head. CBT practitioners encourage clients to question these negative thoughts. For example, if you think, "Everyone here thinks I'm awkward," stop and ask, "Is that really true?" Studies suggest that labeling these thoughts as mental noise, rather than truth, helps separate anxiety from reality. Try replacing, "They'll think I'm awkward," with "It's possible they're also nervous about fitting in." This shift not only reduces fear, but also builds empathy toward yourself. Let's add some powerful lifestyle hacks. Did you know regular exercise and balanced nutrition have significant effects on social anxiety? Research published in recent years indicates that physical activity releases endorphins, which counteract stress hormones, leaving you calmer and more resilient in social settings. And it doesn't need to be an intense workout, even a brisk walk or yoga can do wonders. Equally important is your diet. Foods high in magnesium, like dark chocolate or leafy greens, can stabilize mood, while omega-3s found in fish are linked to reduced anxiety levels. These small lifestyle changes might seem unrelated to social anxiety, but they can give you a solid foundation for managing stress more effectively. Lastly, consider visualization, a technique often overlooked but immensely powerful. Olympic athletes use visualization to prime themselves for high-pressure events, and the principle applies here. Before stepping into a social setting, take a quiet moment to close your eyes and imagine a positive interaction. Picture yourself speaking confidently, smiling, and feeling at ease. Studies have shown that our brains respond to visualization almost as if we're physically experiencing the event, making it a fantastic way to mentally rehearse success before the actual moment. Bonus tip: practice a quick breathing exercise before walking into any social setting. Research tells us that slow, deep breathing can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing that fight-or-flight response and giving you a sense of control. Even just 3 deep breaths before entering the room can change the entire experience. Remember, social anxiety may feel like an insurmountable wall, but with each small step, each mental shift, and each intentional breath, you're moving closer to the other side. It's a process, but one that empowers you to connect, to be present, and to show up as your truest self. So the next time you feel that familiar anxiety creeping in, know that you're armed with tools, backed by science, to face it head-on.